guys. Don't need any guesses to know where I am today. Yeah, Ferry Meadows. Yeah, this is the final qualifier in the PDAA Ringers series. Yeah, so this is it, last chance for some people to qualify. It's completely different to last time I was here a couple of weekends ago. Don't know if you recall, in the last video it was absolutely blowing hooly, and yeah, the sun was out, which was quite nice, and then all of a sudden the clouds come over and it absolutely hammered down with rain several times during the day. And yeah, were quite good conditions really for bream fishing. But unfortunately, the last couple of times I've fished here, been absolutely plagued out by these tiny little silver skimmers, which is good for the future of the fishery. That we know there's plenty of fish in here, but you know, when you're trying to put a big weight together, it's very difficult. And I wasn't geared up for tackling those small fish, so it wasn't what I wanted to do on that particular occasion. As you all know now, I've qualified, so I'm experimenting with different things. So today, once again, I'm going to be experimenting completely different approach. I'm going to go a pellet approach, so pellet and method. So it's the weather-wise today is completely different. It's boiling hot. It got up to about 30 degrees yesterday. I think it's going to get to about 32 today. So it's absolutely flat calm. Don't know if you can see the lake behind there, but there's not a ripple on it. So yeah, worst conditions ever for bream fishing. The water's gin clear, it's very low, it's weedy. So yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. So yeah, it's going to be a patient method approach, fishing with different types of hook baits, wafters, corn, little boilies. And I'm just going to be feeding pellet. I'm not going to put any dead reds out there, I'm not going to put any maggot out there, not going to put any casters out there to start off with. Anyway, this is going to be my approach to start off with. I have brought dead reds with me, I have brought casters with me, because you just never know. You don't know what peg you're going to get, you don't quite know what your swim's going to give you when you get there. So, but my first approach to wherever I'm going to sit down is going to be, I'm just going to be putting pellet out there in a bait up feeder, plug it with a pellet based ground bait, and then I'm going to try and sit on that and be patient for a little while and just see how the match trend, sort of like goes during the day. Now, what I also have brought with me is my pole. Yes, I do possess a pole. Don't fish with it very often because most of my matches are based around feeder fishing, but I have brought my pole today because once again, in a couple of weekends, just over a couple of weekends time, is going to be the final, middle of September. So, and it may well be that the lake is still fishing hard, and you just got to go out and out for these smaller fish. So really, you're going to want to be fishing either a whip or a pole to try and get them. But once again, it all depends what type of peg you get. You just may have a peg where it's just not possible to fish that because it could be a load of weed right in front of you, which you can get on gun weight. So yeah, that's going to be my approach today. I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out, but obviously we'll see. I've got nothing to lose, so it's just trial and error. And yeah, hopefully by being a bit patient, we may get a few pulls. I don't think it's going to take many bream today to win the match. And to be honest with you, I'm really not worried where I get pegged, because I think it's just going to be rock hard no matter where you get pegged. So the fish could be anywhere. I don't think anyone's going to start bagging up. I could be completely wrong with that as well, but we'll see how the match transpires. Okay, well, I'm going to go and get my stuff out of my car now, and I shall see you later. Right, we go for the draw.
The only good thing is
that one was going to like me.
go eye bang.
Right, let's have a look.
Green soup over there.
Yeah.
On the high bank, really. We got it. Peg 44.
52's with there.
So peg 44. That's on the high bank. Yeah, quite pleased with that. Yeah, that's where I wanted to be fair. 44, 45. So yeah. And I can fish the pole there if I need to. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to go for the approach that I said, then if yeah, cheers Mark, good luck buddy. So if you see that, look, That's what you need for Ferry Meadows if you've got a long walk. So, a mobility scooter towing all your gear. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so peg 44 is where I want to be, and I can fish the pole there. Obviously, if I'm getting plagued out by these little ones. So yeah, we'll get down to the peg and see what's down there to greet us. Well, there we are. This is a peg. Really haven't got far to walk at all. It's the nearest peg but one. You've got peg 45 and then peg 44. As you can see there, peg 44. That's my view for today. Nice heron sat out there on that old drum. Got obviously some trees there to contend with, so yeah, I may need to get out on the old platform a little bit. We'll see what the depth is there. I fished further down on a high bank last time, and it's definitely deeper closer in there. It drops off quite, so I think it doesn't drop off quite so early here, so I might be able to go out a little bit further. But yeah, still going to go with the plan of attack, which is going to be a pellet in the feed. Obviously, just going to fish that one main line out there on a method, see if it'll go round a couple of times, and then I'm also going to set the pole up, and so I'm ready to catch some little ones if they're out there, and just, you know, obviously having everything like they were before. See if I can put a weight together with them. I don't think it's going to take many fish to win today. I could be wrong, you know, they could, you know, someone could bag up. It'd be nice if they did. It'd be nice if it was me. But yeah, we'll see how the day develops. Never a good start. Yeah, I didn't bring any plasters with me either, so yeah, it looks like it's just starting to stop bleeding now. Caught it on one of my clips. There you go, that'd be nice for the ground bait. I'll go up for the baiting up now. You see, full of pellet, just plugging it each end with a little bit of ground bait. Already put a few out there. Not going to put too many because it's just predominantly pellet I'm putting out there, so probably just put one more out there. That'd be about 6 bait up feeders, and then I'm going to get the method out there, put a wafter on it and sit on that for a little while. Put a little bit of bait out on my pole line, and then yeah, probably fish this, I don't know, first hour maybe, see what happens. If nothing transpires, and I might have a look at the pole line, see how we get on with that. I'll get this out there, and then once I start fishing I'll come back to you. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's called a hybrid feeder. All I do is put a small bed of pellets in to start off with, and I've got a Ringer's chocolate orange wafter on there, which I just lay on top. Get some more pellets, give them a good squeeze in there. I really do give these a good squeeze now, because I don't know if you saw the feature that they did, the matrix feature they done in regards to method feeder fishing, and I think it's Mark Pollard that did it, and they did some underwater footage, and as the feeder was hitting the line clip, all the pellets were coming off. So, which really surprised him. So I now always give that very good. Excuse me, just spray my line. Always give it a really good squeeze to make sure they don't come off once it hits a line clip. Anyway, yeah, you just saw there, I just sprayed my line. Main reason being is obviously I'm about to cast out for the first time. I don't like doing that with dry braid, because I'm fishing with braid. You can end up getting all sorts of wraps and that, you know, and it's cracking off. So, right, going to get this out there, and I'll come back to you hopefully with a bream on. Right, yeah, so I'm out fishing now. Like I said, I've just gone out there on a method. I'm going to sort of concentrate on that for first hour. I have put a bit of feed out on me sort of pole line, but the legend Dad, so over there, say hello Dad. he's popped down. He's brought me a whip along, so yeah, so I've actually got a whip now to go out there, so hopefully if there's a lot of little ones out there, the whip's going to be a lot quicker because I can just fish that to hand, which is good. So yeah, just going to sort of like see if I can see a few fish start sort of boiling down there as I'm flicking the casters out, and we'll give it a go. I know the guy next door to me left there, he's fishing the pole because he had a lot of weed out in front of him. He's out to get a rake to rake it out, but from what I can see, the other anglers down to my right are all fishing the tip at the minute. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to be the best method, but like I say, I've not put any worm out there, I've not put any dead reds, I've not put any particle bait out there at all other than my pellets. I've just fed pellets, predominantly pellet, and just plugged either end with a bit of ground bait out on my feeder line, so which will be interesting to see. I think it's more of a long-term gamble, so it's going to be something I'm going to have to kind of visit during the day. If I start catching fish on the pole, I might have to make a decision to come off of that and fish this again for maybe another half an hour, because it may well be that they'll get on that a bit later in the match, I don't know. But it's a bit more of a patient game, I think, in the way I've fed it. Not going to get instant visits, I wouldn't have thought, on the tip, but well, we'll see how we get on. Anyway, I'll come back to you a bit later. Well, 3/4 of an hour in. I've had a couple of tiny little touches, so obviously the little ones having a little bit of a go at the pellets out there, but other than that, I've had a nice big pull round, which was a swan going through my braid. The pressure must be so high today, I'm really struggling to get me braid to sink. Even my keep nets didn't want to sink as well, so, but yeah, it sort of keeps popping up. And where I'm fishing at about I'm fishing 66 metres out there. It shallows up out there, and so obviously it's not that high in the water anyway. But yeah, so far I've had to pleasure people on one of these big swans they have here, these like paddly things. They've gone right over me swim. I've had a cormorant go right through it, and now I've got about 6 canoes about to go paddling through it by the looks of it. So yeah, I'm going to give it another sort of 12-13 minutes. If I don't get any signs out there, then I'm going to start going out on the whip and see if we can start yeah, knocking a few small ones out. Well, I've got out on the whip now. Never had nothing out there on the method feeder. Those canoes that were coming through that I was talking about all decided to jump out of their canoes right on top of where all my feed was out there. So yeah, I'll put a couple of more feeder falls out there. I'm just going to let that settle out there. So now I'm going out on the whip. But, as you can see, there's lots of little ones. Hopefully might be able to get into some skimmers or something that might be a little bit bigger, but yeah, got to catch a lot of them to put a weight together. Right, come back to you in a bit. I'm still out on the whip. Yeah, I've just changed over the bait now, and I've actually managed to get half decent hybrid, about £1/2 pound, and I've just bumped another decent fish off. But I don't know if you can see out there, got all these people out on these pedlo swans, and they're just right over where my bait's out there from the feeder. So there's just no point fishing out there at the moment because it's just getting annihilated. But yeah, I'm hoping I might be able to pick up 1 or 2 half decent fish down here on the whip, so I should keep going. That's perchy. What's bigger than that?
I'll put a camera.
Switched over to worm.
Worked on it, that worm.
I thought there might be a few perch down there, but I've had a couple of hybrids, a little skimmer, and now I've actually got a perch, so which is good. Get a few of those, start putting a weight together. Another skimmer. So I don't know if you can see, it's, hopefully you can. Come off the whip and I've gone on the pole. Main reason being is I couldn't really concentrate my bait down there properly on the whip. There was just too much sort of line and the wind was blowing and I knew I was missing bites. So yeah, I took a little bit of white lunnock. Yeah, and also I wanted to get just to fish a little bit more accurate. So using my cupping kit, getting some ground bait out there with some chopped worm in it. Try and draw in the odd bigger fish if I can. So that's the idea. I've only just gone out there and I've had 2 fish to net, as you've just seen there. One was a perch and the other one was a hybrid. So, like a little orange buoy out there. I can literally just fish directly onto that. I know that my bait is exactly where I'm putting my ground bait out there. I'm fishing right on top of it. And it's just allowing me to be a lot more accurate. I feel like I'm fishing right on my feed now. And I'm definitely getting bubbles coming up, so there's definitely small skimmers down there. And obviously, as you've seen, there's the odd decent perch we're fishing with. So hopefully start putting a bit of a weight together now. Always a good idea to use a landing net when you're fishing a match, even if the fish isn't that big. That one fish could be the difference between you winning or not, so it's always worth using a landing net. I'm still getting bites, but nettable fish are few and far between. I've probably only got about, I don't know, I'd be lucky if I got about 5 pound in it. I keep getting a lot of small fish messing about with it. I'm hoping that banking on 1 or 2 half decent fish are going to move in, sort of bump up my weight. a lot of these little ones around. This is what's plagued me the last couple of matches, so quite pleased really to go over on the pole, because maybe one or two half decent fish on the tip, but I think a lot of the time it's going to be all those little ones mullering everything again. Still, I'll keep going. So if I can put one or two half decent ones together. Well, I've got about 20 minutes to go, just over 25. Yeah, it's just not been good. Just can't seem to string them together. Seems to sort of like get maybe 3 or 4 half decent sort of, 4 or 5 ounce fish, and then it just sort of seems to die, and then just get plagued by tilly little ones, can't hook them. And then maybe another half an hour goes, and then I have another few fish. So yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. Going to be lucky if I sort of put between, I don't know, 5 or 6 pound of fish together. So I don't think it's going to get me anywhere, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've learnt quite a lot. So anyway, going to keep going. Got another 25 minutes. See if I can put another pound or so together before the all in. Well, that's it. The last qualifier's over and done with. I'm now finally paid for my parking, and I'm on my way home. Well, that was a busy Ferry Meadows today, bank holiday weekend, and blimey, yeah, you've got half Peterborough here today, so everyone's out there enjoying themselves, which is great. Weather's absolutely fantastic, so everyone's having barbecues, and there's some sort of Caribbean sort of band singing and stuff and that, so yeah, it's been quite enjoyable really, listening to all of that. Anyway, fishing, it was tough all round. There was only one bream caught out of all the anglers, and that was actually caught by the guy that won the match, and he caught it on the whip, which is interesting. I learnt a lot today. I'm really glad in the end I went out on the whip, and then obviously I went out on the pole, thanks to my dad for lending me his whip. I'm not really sure which one was better than the other, jury's out on that really. I suppose it's all going to depend on the conditions on the day if I want to fish it again. But I ended up coming third, so which is great. Yeah, really pleased with that. I didn't expect to get third. I didn't realise I actually had 10.5 pounds of fish in my net. I only thought I had about 5 or 6 pounds, so it just goes to show you just keep putting them in and putting them in and putting them in. And I really didn't fish efficiently either, because I was sort of messing about obviously with the feeder and all that to start off with, and then I went from a whip to a pole, and so probably could have put another 2 or 3 pound, which would only have got me second. It wouldn't have got me first. So yeah, I think 22 pounds come first, so that was a really good weight. And he's like I say, he's the guy that caught the 5 or 6 pound bream. So, but yeah, besides that, he had a lot of other fish to make his weight up, so that was a good bag. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Shame I just didn't get a chance to fish the method, so I didn't really learn anything on that. But by all accounts, on my bank, 2 or 3 anglers just sat out on the method all day. None of them got a pull. So So I probably made the right choice going over to the pole and sticking that out. It really died. The last hour was grim really. I was expecting to put another couple of pound of fish in my net. I probably only put another pound, but yeah, there we go. It is what it is. Once again, like I say, I'm pleased that I've picked up some money again. It's obviously helped pay for the day, and I look forward to the final on the 15th of September. Know what I'm going to do now. Obviously, if I drew the high bank and conditions are not particularly favourable, oh dear, doesn't look like it wants to let me out. Right, I'm going to have to sort out the barrier because I paid for my parking. Doesn't want to let me out for whatever reason, so I'll sort this out and I shall come back to you a bit later. Right, sorted that out. They've let me out anyway, which is good. Yeah, so there we go. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video again. Obviously it's a little bit different because I managed to get my pole out, which was good, and not just fish with feeder rods. So yeah, it was enjoyable to fish with something slightly different. Like I say, I wasn't really properly set up and prepared to fish it efficiently, but I've done as good as I think I could have done. Maybe, like I say, I might have picked up second if I'd have fished it a little bit, you know, more efficient, but I certainly wouldn't have won anyway. So, but yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Once again, I really appreciate everyone that's watching. The response I've had is phenomenal. Thousands of people, new people are watching my videos. Lots and lots and lots and lots of new subscribers, which is what I need. Obviously, I made a bit of a plea in my last video for people to subscribe. Make that plea again. Please subscribe if you can. It's going to help me so much. If I've more subscribers I get, it's going to allow me to do a lot more content on the videos, better software for better editing, which means I can do it quicker, which means more videos, so for everyone to watch. So once again, thanks ever so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon. This is Alan Andrews in a swim.